Good morning. So I know there are a good number of people that are like, Jesus rocks, love Jesus, he's awesome. Church, not so much. There are actually some authors. One author that I know that in one of his books, he was all transparent and everything and said, I don't do church anymore. And I'm kind of like, well, I don't buy your books anymore then. No, I mean, I still get stuff out of his books and stuff, but I just thought that was kind of wild that he would think that was, I don't know, in some way a positive thing. Well, Philip Yancey has had some issues with church. And people have asked me, it's like, have I had issues? Of course I've had issues with church. Church is people. People have issues with one another. So he wrote a book called Church, Why Bother? And I like some of the conclusions that he came to. I remember there was a pastor that I knew. He would say, I am not the judge. I am just the police officer that hands out the tickets. And I listen to that and I go, well, I know you're not the judge, but I'm not sure about this police officer handing out the tickets either. I don't really know that it's our place to judge. Now, I used to be very good at judging. I could name 2 other people that were also good with me, and we would judge people at church. We thought we could read people's minds, and we could figure out by hairdos and clothing and stuff, kind of where they were at with Jesus. We couldn't, but we thought we could. And then it just changed. I happened to be on a mission trip, and I won't go into the whole story, but God spoke 3 words to me. Not audibly, but I know that God said these words to me. And he really got my attention, and I sensed his presence in a really powerful way. And I don't know why he spoke in Shakespearean King James English, but it was simple. It was love the brethren. It was love the brethren. And I knew what he meant was stop judging everybody. Stop judging the people around you. But some of you say, well, there's hypocrisy. So how many of you have a perfect family? You have perfect kids, perfect spouse, perfect parents. Have you given up on your family? Now, some of you say, well, yeah, I did give up on my family. But most of us don't just because our family isn't perfect. So why would we give up on church? Why would we give up on the fellow sojourners around us? Now, I think it's kind of funny in a way that since I'm a preacher, I guess people think I'm supposed to be the cop who's handing out the tickets. But that changed me. When God said love, and I knew what he was saying, don't judge people, it changed me. And it meant a lot to me recently when somebody asked me, I'd like you to talk to this family member of mine. I said, yeah, but I don't really know them. Their response via text was, but you're the least judgmental person I know. And I'm like, wow, okay. Could you put that out there so that some people realize that even though I'm a preacher, it's just not my place to judge. So Philip Yancey was struggling with church, and he saw a lot of stuff that he wasn't liking. And he quotes Friedrich Nietzsche, and Nietzsche says, I would believe in their salvation if they looked a little more like people who had been saved. I get it. Sometimes we don't flesh it out. We don't act as good as we should. But here was the thing that kind of turned Yancey around, and I think this is really cool. Little drum roll here, timpani, okay? And this is a question for you. Here's what he asked. What would church look like if every member were just like you? It's a good question, isn't it? And so what he said after that was he was properly humbled. And he said he began concentrating on his own spirituality instead of everybody else's. I can't tell you how many times I preach and I can look at certain people and I think, I know they are hearing it through the ears of the person next to them. But the truth is we all need to hear the message through our own ears. I'm not picking up pom-poms for the church. But I do know that there's a lot of people in the church that could benefit by you being here. I talked to a pastor friend recently about people not coming back to church. And one of the things he said is you can't serve you can't serve virtually, right? Just want to encourage you wherever you're at. Give people that are really just the same as you and I are. Give them another chance. I think Jesus would really be pleased with that. Have a great day.